I remember when Airbnb, first came on the scene, and, I thought that, man, that's actually a good idea, that you can actually, basically rent a home instead of a hotel. And, it lets the property owner make some money, like a hotel, or somebody just want to, buy a bunch of homes and do Airbnb with them. And that way it could help pay for the home. But like every other thing in this country that we have is going to definitely go down the route of discrimination. And so Airbnb is enacting a policy change as a result of a racial discrimination lawsuit that three sisters have filed against the company. So the vacation rental and activity company settled with plaintiffs, Pat Harrington, who died in 2018, Carolina Franklin, and Ebony Price in 2019, after they claimed that the website's requirements for potential renters allowed vacation homeowners to discriminate in violation of Oregon's public accommodations laws. So it said, which included potential renters being required to use their full names and photos while booking. Now, the plaintiffs settled with the company for an undisclosed amount, and beginning January 31st, the online lodging marketplace will update its policy for the state of Oregon, specifically by removing the requirement for bookers to share their full name until after the booking has been confirmed. So they said, and I quote, "Today we are sharing an update to the way we display profile names of guests who are Oregon residents during the booking process. Hosts will start seeing an Oregon guest initials in place of the guest's first name until a booking request is confirmed. After a booking is confirmed, the guest name will appear. The change will be fully implemented by January 31, 2022, and in effect for at least 2 years." Now, why is Airbnb doing this? The issue with Airbnb and why I have never used their service, and I said if I decide to use their service, it'll probably be in Africa somewhere or some black nation, is because I know how these people get down. We all know. I've been covering the stories on Airbnb for years. I remember that story where you had the sisters renting Airbnb in a certain neighborhood, and the folks call the police on them, and the police come, drawing guns and everything. It's been so many different stories with black people in Airbnb, right? So these people got to go this far to hide the pictures, because if they see the pictures of black people, they don't want to rent to them. Also, pay attention to this. They said they're going to basically put initials on the name. So the profile picture wasn't good enough. The name had to be there, because you know that anyone that has a black sounding name is going to be discriminated against. We had just done a story that we're going to put up on our African Diaspora News Insider channel that talks about, even in emails, if you have a black sounding name, you will not get a response. And this goes to politicians. This goes to, they say, landlords, and also regular people. All kind of people don't want to respond to black people the same way they respond to the Mzungu, right? It tells you a lot, what's going on in this country. I told you, no matter where you're at, north, south, east, west, you're going to deal with the same problem, because I told you it's in the culture. It is the culture of America. It's the culture of white supremacy. Now, Airbnb continues to say, as part of our work, we will take any leanings from this process and use them to inform future efforts to fight bias. But see, Airbnb, let me say this. You can have a zero tolerance policy to that. And you can say this, okay? We do not want anyone on our service that would be discriminatory. And if you are discriminated against someone based on, their race, religion, all the different things that's in the 64 Civil Rights Bill, then you're permanently banned from our platform. It should be just that simple, because it's wrong to do that. But at the same time, now look, Airbnb had to pay out some money, but Airbnb, and I want you to notice something else, which I don't like about this. This is what I don't like. They only doing it in the state of Oregon instead of doing it company wide, like worldwide. Don't matter where is that. Like, look, we got sued one time. We're going to make this a rule. Okay. They didn't do that. So it lets you know that they still want to allow some of them to discriminate. But let me continue. Say a 2016 Harvard Business Review study found that requests from guests with distinctively African American names are roughly 16% less likely to be accepted than identical guests with distinctive white names. It said the company has made attempts at course correcting since then. In 2018, the app changed its policy to allow hosts to not require renter profile photos and noted the images would be displayed only after they accepted the booking. They also now require users to agree to an Airbnb community commitment, certifying that they will adhere to the non-discrimination policy. And in 2020, the company launched Project Lighthouse, an initiative focused on understanding when and how racial discrimination happens on Airbnb. Now, it said Airbnb has not addressed whether there are plans for Oregon's updated policy to be expanded to more states in the future. Well, this is the thing here. Airbnb, let me tell you something. Maybe you see this video, one of your employees see this video, send it to them. It's still not a good policy what you're doing. You need to enact this in every state in America and every country that you operate in, so this won't happen again. Because maybe it may be, skin color here, but it could be religion somewhere else. It could be tribe. It could be whatever, right? And even the way you doing it, you saying you're going to hide the profile picture from the person, you're going to hide the name. Okay, if they found out it's a black person, then, they could try to cancel. They show up and just cancel their stay because they want black people in their house. You understand? I mean, the host can say, hey, I'm canceling your stay because of X, Y, Z, right? They can make up something silly just to cancel your stay. So I don't think you should be hiding a profile picture. No, I would rather rent, like an Airbnb, and people know who I am. They see my face, they see my name. Why are you going to conceal it? Because if you're concealing it, that means you still want those people's money. And I'm talking about the host and, the person who's renting the Airbnb. And I don't think that's right. That's not right at all, Airbnb, that you're doing that. You're totally wrong for that. Totally. And once again, this is why I don't fool with Airbnb like that. I know some of y'all like to fool with them, but just some of the stories, like I said before, I've covered, seeing how people call the cops on black people. It's just too much. It's way, way, way too much. And I don't think Airbnb is serious enough at all. They're not by even having this particular policy. They got to go through all this because you have, white supremacists that is on their platform. That's why I always say I'd rather a hotel, because at least at a hotel, those corporations, they don't really want that problem like that, right? They really don't. You don't really hear too many stories of the Holiday Inn or the Hilton or the, Hyatt or whatever saying, oh, well, we're canceling your room because you're a black person. You really just don't hear that like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I prefer really a hotel. And even with a hotel, you can put them on Front Street, and put them on blast and they will settle too. So they really don't want that, especially how big their businesses are in the hotel industry coming out of this pandemic. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these sisters, they did the right thing. I told y'all, when y'all treated that way, you sue. We could talk about it all day, but get you a check. Get you one. Don't let them people discriminate against you at all. Run up a check. If they discriminate, they should pay for that. In every company, that should be illegal in every company. Say, I would not operate even in our company. That's not tolerated. Discrimination of any kind is not tolerated in our company here. Racism or anyone treating someone different behind what country they come from, what religion they practice, if it's somebody's sexual orientation, it's like all of that. You can't do that in business. You can't, because there's laws against that, and people will have the right to sue you, and they will win if they prove That's exactly what you're doing. So no, you can't operate like that. You can't, talk to women, or men, in a uninviting manner. I'm trying to say it, another way, which I know what I'm talking about. You can't do that either. And I said this, and I've said this many times, even using, the N word. I don't allow that in my company either. I will not have people addressing each other in my company with that word, because our people fought and died about that. So the least I can do is respect their sacrifice and not allow it in my company. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Airbnb, like I said, they got a problem on their hands, but like I said, I'm not using their service. I've said that many times, at least not in this country. I'm not, or if I choose to do it, I need to see that the owners are black. If the owners aren't black, or somebody like that, I just don't trust them folks. I don't trust them. I'm not saying all of them that way. I'm not saying all about anybody, because that would be ignorant, but you don't know who's who, right? And if I'm going to stay somewhere, especially having my family, I'm not about to be going through all that, in a certain area and they calling the cops on me. No. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on the podcast. We greatly appreciate you coming here. And we still, running our fundraiser that's, going on. We thank everyone that has, donated to our fundraiser. Appreciate you very, very much. And those of you that haven't just yet, I know some of you definitely want to get around to it. We thank you in advance for getting around to helping us kick off, 2022 in the right direction. So we can hit, the ground running and everything. When you go to the GoFundMe, you can see what the direction is for 2022. And trust me, some of those things are already going on right now. The wheels are turning. So we definitely thank you for some of that help already, so we can get some of these things going. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and we definitely will see you next time.